Today we're reacting to he proved streaming is impossible in 2025. Now personally, I don't believe this from the jump. I don't, but I do believe, like I've been saying, that the barrier to entry is just that much higher, and it's gonna cost you a little bit of money. But it seems like that's also starting to turn. You know, we watched the Meezy video talking about how the streamer bubble will pop soon, and I think that's kind of happening, right? Kai's been getting a lot of flack on this Mafia-thon thing. Think it might be some changes coming. That being said, let's get into it. Post the stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5, 6 p.m. But not this Monday. I'll be streaming tomorrow on Tuesday because I gotta go back and start getting my tattoo done.
Streamers are getting paid more than NBA players. That is, if you're looking at superstars like iShowSpeed, Kai Cenat, and Aiden Ross. But many people don't want to accept the reality that becoming a successful streamer in 2025 may just be impossible. But somebody was hell-bent on proving that wrong. The former world record holder for most subscribers in the world tried starting a new secret channel and came across some shocking results.
Can I start a new Twitch channel and become successful again? Or was it all luck the first time? That's the question I wanted to find out.
The hugely successful streamer Ludwig.
I don't think this is fair. This is a very familiar face. I know I know he's aware of this, but this is too much of a familiar face, a known person. You know, like this is just, you can't even do that, honestly. This test doesn't even work. It doesn't prove anything.
Ludwig discovered just how painful it is to get your first viewer on Twitch. And even after you build an audience, there are multiple stumbling blocks. The streamer Soul Illuminati has delivered some pretty harsh truths about the current state of streaming himself.
Bro, Twitch is changing. A lot of y'all that's at the top, I say y'all is at the top of the pyramid. Y'all probably don't see what I see when you tap out and then you get a chance to look at what's taking place.
The original beauty of streaming was that it was a level playing field. With just a computer or even a phone, you could become the next Aiden Ross. But once you really break down what's happening now, it's become incredibly clear that this ship has well and truly sailed.
You actually used to be able to play 2K, and you used to be able to be a 2K YouTuber and turn your life. Now, you can still do that with YouTube. You know, you just completely shift gears. But I don't see any 2K YouTubers changing for the better, like if they once were. You feel what I'm saying?
The streamers we know and love today are all incredibly talented, and it would be foolish to assume that just anyone could maintain an audience's attention for hours upon hours on a daily basis. At the same time, they did gain a lot of momentum from the wave of popularity streaming has experienced in the past 5 years. And Ludwig is a perfect example. He's a funny guy, but he also started during the early years of streaming when it was really developing in 2018 and benefited from the intense popularity streaming received during the pandemic. But just how much luck and talent played into his success is something he often gets asked about by his fans.
You see, after Streamer Games, I met a bunch of subscribers, and you guys were asking me some random questions, including questions about live streaming. And somebody asked me, Ludwig, could you do it all over again? If you had to start a Twitch channel from the ground up, could you become a successful streamer once again? To which I said, of course, I'm good at talking to chat. Then they brought up a good point. I wouldn't have a chat to talk to.
The sad reality is that there are many streams where simply nobody is watching, and this leads to a simple catch-22 situation. You need viewers to get popular, but you also need to be popular to get viewers. But Ludwig figured that it should make sense that if he generated millions of subs before, he should be able to do it all over again.
Now, not wanting to be the expert live streamer who doesn't know the answer to a question, I said, well, I would just talk as if there was a chat there. But can I actually do that? I can basically go live with any title at all, and a few thousand people are guaranteed to show up. So can I actually live stream with no chat? Or better yet, can I start a new Twitch channel and become successful again? Or was it all luck the first time?
Ludwig opened a new account called Retired Athlete 31 and started streaming in the Just Chatting category, which is the most popular section of Twitch. Only problem was, he was just chatting
30, but still run a sub 6 mile. It's impressive. It's a good mile. That's a really good mile.
To himself.
This is my chat. Now, normally on my actual Twitch chat, there are always people there. typing constantly throughout the day. This Twitch chat
Typing throughout the day. Niggas get motion, boy. You're not even streaming and they just talking in your chat. It's a different level.
has no reason to have anybody in it because 0 people follow this Twitch channel. 0 people know it even exists. So I'm hoping we can get some people in here. I don't know how long it'll take. I don't know if anyone will even come in the first place, but I'm hoping I can get somebody in here.
When Ludwig started streaming in 2018, Twitch had about 3.4 million unique broadcasters on average per month.
Wow.
By 2025, this figure was now 7.1 million. So he was now faced with double the competition.
Boom! What is up?
And wait, how long? That said 2012, 300K. Look how far. Wait, what happened in 2016? Look how low in 2012, bro. Where it was like, think about all the people that have been streaming on Twitch since 2012, and now they see like the difference. You think? I'd imagine. Probably not. Actually, I was about to say a lot of these people are probably like, pretty well known, but definitely probably not. There's probably still really few of them, but the ones that stayed stuck through it all the way for this long. Yeah, y'all got it.
So he was now faced with double the competition.
Boom! What is up? What is up, y'all? How we doing today? Chat. Chat, what is up? Welcome back to the stream. What's my goal today? My goal is 1 follower. I like that. That's an achievable goal. All right, when that shit is complete, I'm a happy man. All right, well, I'm just going to keep chat up on the side here. And I don't know, I guess let's just start doing some stuff today. So first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to bang through my daily games. All right. Peace.
After a few minutes, Ludwig got what he thought was his first follower.
Oh my God. I got my first follower. Okay, wait, are you a bot? Are you a real human? Newbie Twitch girly loves cosplays. Follow for...
Yep, there it is.
future streams, and you have an OnlyFans. Why do I get the feeling that you are botting to follow a bunch of new accounts so that pathetic streamers like me click to see who you are?
Twitch, like many other online platforms, has its issues with bots. The company recently cracked down on botting and noticed that on some accounts, 5 to 22% of the audience was completely fake. But while staring at a blank screen, Ludwig sympathized with the people who did this.
I get why people view bot. What the are you supposed to do on Twitch if you don't view bot?
I don't know though. If you view, but like this the thing, you view bot, but let's say you view bot at 0 and you have nobody in there, you still talking to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, are there some type of auto-generated response they can hear? They're kind of generating your voice in the captions, and the AI is taking them in. Like, other than that, you still talking to nobody. Do you kind of just feel different though? You see 300, because if you're at 0 and you go for the big 5,000 people in your stream, you out of there, brother. But 300 people, you still talking to nobody.
But you're just stuck in damned hell waiting for one person to drag you out of it. I get it though. I understand why someone would want to view bot. I'm not condoning it. But if you view bot, you'll have real people in there because you just appear higher in the category. The rich get richer.
Because of the way the algorithm works, streamers are almost incentivized to view bot. So new streamers might think that they have no option than to pay $20 to view bot 50 live stream viewers, and also run the risk of being banned because this is against terms of service. RiceGum was famously banned for this nearly a decade ago. Ludwig soon realized that the just chatting was too broad of a category and he needed to go more niche. He also followed his stream.
I'm learning right now because I didn't, in my head, Twitch has no discoverability. But it does make sense. If you have more people in your joint, you'll be higher in that category for the people that I guess are looking for. But that's the thing. How many people are going on Twitch looking for new people? You know what I'm saying? Where they're looking for new, entertainment. Like, I feel like that's a rare thing.
On his other account to bump up the numbers.
Well, it's been a little under half an hour. We hit our follower goal, but nobody has chatted yet. I'm realizing, however, even though just chatting is the largest category, it is probably the hardest to grow in. So I think just chatting's too big of a category. So let me switch my approach. How about I play peek?
This tactic of branching into games failed, so Ludwig was faced with a very common tactic people use to get attention on the internet. Right before the hour mark, he went for a thirst trap.
What brings viewers? Oh, what if I thirst trap? So in the thumbnail, I'm hotter. I'm going with a white tank top because people are going to see it in the thumbnail and they're going to go, damn, that dude does look like a retired athlete. He's definitely got the body of someone retired.
2.5 hours into the stream and without a single viewer, he decided to eat a hot dog as fast as he could.
The goal is to eat it as fast as possible. One man, one hot dog. All right, come on. Lock in.
I guess ultimately somebody do see this. This is crazy. Water though? That was impressive though. That was actual maximum speed. I've never seen speed like that with a dog before. After that Joey dude. That was fast for a regular individual.
Time! Oh my God! That was fast! I can do it!
This again didn't work, so he decided to move to an area of Twitch where one of his fans might recognize him.
So I'm going for a Hail Mary. I'm going to the game that I started with in my streaming career. I'm going to play Super Smash Bros. Melee. Honest to God, it's kind of like showing up to a GameStop. My chance of getting recognized at a GameStop in the mall is much higher than at a Macy's in the mall. If this doesn't work, we'll switch gears again.
The biggest takeaway from this is that streaming on its own is not a way to build an audience.
Right.
Twitch is notoriously bad for discoverability and is usually used as a base and not somewhere that you can grow. So had Ludwig done this experiment on YouTube, he might have seen some different results. But for anyone starting streaming in 2025, this is where Ludwig actually gives some pretty sensible advice.
If I were to really do this starting from scratch, my entire stream would have been the hot dog segment. It would have been maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes total, hour tops. And then I would have made a few shorts of me showing how you can learn to eat a hot dog in less than 15 seconds. Your first try. And
There you go. We all know what it is. There you go. It's like, because he's not trying to use that method. I get it. But there you go. The short form. Hey, this guy, oh my God, this guy's funny. Hey, I like this guy. Let me go see them. Let me go pull up on his Twitch and see what he got going on.
then post that on TikTok, IG, had something else ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Again, max an hour.
Eventually, Ludwig was forced to trick people into clicking on his stream.
I'll put exclamation point giveaway in the title. That way, somebody thinks there's a giveaway going on. There's no giveaway going on.
Ain't no
And
way
this
that
dirty
works.
trick actually paid off.
Wow.
Okay, who is this Oscar guy? How do you know? What? Oscar, where did you come from? Sorry. Wait, don't apologize. How'd you find the stream? I'm just a fan. How'd you find this stream, though? I thought you were AI. Oh, Bad Player HS told him. Wait, how did you find the stream, Bad Player HS? I saw giveaway in the title. I was like, yo, a giveaway. It worked! Okay, I'm going to tell you guys. I've been live for the past 5 hours. It turns out this shit is not easy at all. In fact, this shit is very difficult. And nobody clicks streams with 0 viewers or 1 viewer.
Hey, before we get back into the video, I got a way you can make some extra bread. I know you bored at home right now, bro. And all you have to do is play games and get paid for it. If you hit the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen right now, you can sign up to freecash.com and start getting paid right now. And they make it extremely simple. First, just create an account like any other site and email and password. And once you get in, you'll see a wall of games and offers immediately. Pick a game that you actually like, play through the levels, and the cash will land straight into your free cash account. It's basically turning your downtime into a hustle without you even thinking about it. People pulling $10 to $20 a day, and with some effort, you can go way higher than that. You can spend a couple bucks in game to hit levels faster that'll ultimately give you bigger offers and payouts. That's the method on how some users end up making hundreds, even 500 or more on certain offers. But you don't have to spend any money. You can literally stick to the free levels and still cash out. The whole point is when you're taking a break from those Astral Dior videos, doom scrolling, looking at women, you can be be playing and earning at the same time. Get to your money, bro. And once you run it up and want to cash out, you've got options of PayPal or gift cards. So if you want to get to that extra cheese, hit the link in the description or scan the code on the screen, sign up for free, and start playing for cash on your spare time. And when you use my link or QR code, you get $5 bonus to get you started, bro. Go ahead, get to it. Let's do it.
This experiment provided a good insight into just how saturated streaming is, but even if a new streamer did manage to overcome this hurdle and build up an audience, there are a number of other obstacles in the way. And this is only the beginning of what streamers in 2025 are up against. Zach Bussy, who is close to 10K subs on Twitch, pointed out that Twitch viewership has basically been on a downward spiral for the past 5 years.
This one's overall viewership from Twitch Tracker. It shows the COVID boom in 2020, the 2021 peak.
That's the time I should have been doing stuff, bro. I had just got into the internet stuff. It was in 2020. But I just genuinely didn't want to do that. I was like, nah, I'm straight. And I was living with Don at the time. I should have started my joint, started doing all this stuff, me and Don streaming, and just kept cooking up from 2020. That's what I should have did, you know what I'm saying?
And the steady decline ever since. 2022 dip.
Everybody in the house watching. I don't want no other COVID to happen. That was horrible, but if y'all had to stay in the house for a while and watch these videos, y'all gonna be see a whole lot of Dior. Y'all know me.
2021, 2023 was basically flat, and 2024 trended slightly down. Now that we're in 2025, viewership is at its lowest that it's been in years. That's brutal.
And it was not just the pandemic that has generated this downfall. Nightinator, who has over 60,000 subs on Twitch, pointed out that after the pandemic, we experienced a cost of living crisis, which also destroyed many people's dreams of becoming a full-time streamer.
A lot of streaming is crowdfunded, meaning that we get our income from people subscribing and tipping. But in this economic climate, unfortunately, people just don't have that money. And whilst there are other ways to diversify, such as getting sponsorships and brand deals, those are normally few and far between. And they're normally reserved.
This is why I don't understand anybody that has a Twitch that's popping and their YouTube's not doing good. Even if they're just reacting, just clipping their segments on stream, I just don't understand, because it's like Twitch. It feels like you kind of, since you got to perform live, like sometimes it can feel like you begging, depending on what type of streaming you doing. You know what I'm saying? If you solely dependent on that stream income, you kind of feel like you begging at times. But with YouTube, you just show up, you do your job, you have fun, you build your community here, and then you also have your Twitch and all that. That's a much better life for me. Even though streaming looks fun and dope, which, you know, I be on there. I pull up and I do my thing. Y'all show out for me too. We have good times. But it's like, there's ways to go about it and build it. When you're ready to do that, you're ready to do that. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't think anybody should be putting their all and everything into streaming if they don't have nothing going on. You feel what I'm saying? If you got something going on and you want to pop and you want to diversify and step into a new lane, yeah, do that once you got some money behind you.
For people who have quite a big audience.
If your cost of living suddenly went up, one of the first things that you would do is cut off non-essential spending, and supporting your favorite streamer sadly fits neatly into this category. You also need to keep in mind that anything a streamer earns from Twitch is revenue and not profit. Streamers starting off on average will spend about $400.
You might mess around and run up your subs. You might get, for me, I think the max I have gotten like 400 subs on my joint. Again, not the most consistent person, but 400 subs. We're cutting that in half. We need our money too, Dior.
$100 on equipment, not considering the PC. And small streamers earn anywhere from $50 to $1,500 a month. So it might be a couple of months before people even break even on the cost. And that's assuming they grow. The popular streamer Snowcone also broke down how, despite receiving quite a lot of money from Twitch, she was actually losing money.
Y'all know how expensive it is to keep up with content creation? You can get a 10K check from Twitch. What the is a 10K check? Spend 5K on trips to travel, $500 on setup, $2,000 on your rent, $200 on Wi-Fi, $200 on IRL toolkit. You gotta pay the clippers, pay your YouTube.
So this clip went viral because she's obviously poor with managing her money and is an extreme example of some of the costs that comes with streaming. But even getting into the Twitch Partner Program by itself was a huge obstacle, and the percentage of users that get into the program is shockingly low.
Looking at Twitch tracker data, there are 6.4 million channels streaming on Twitch every single month.
Wow.
And only 45,000 of those channels are partnered.
Wow.
That puts the percentage
That is crazy. And to be partnered, you need 75. The big thing is averaging 75 people. And I remember before I got my YouTube, right, it was very difficult for me. Like I think I was able to get partnered because I was bringing people from TikTok to Twitch. But even then, I was still like, I would average probably 70 to 60. But once I got my YouTube right, that doubled. You know what I'm saying?
of partnered folks making a pretty decent income at only 0.7% of live streamers on the entirety of Twitch. And I would imagine YouTube might be in a similar ballpark.
YouTube is difficult to make a like-for-like comparison because it's not exclusively streamers, and there are users that are simultaneously YouTubers and streamers. But there's still only a small percentage making real money. Less than 6% of channels are in their partner program, and 90% of channels are under 10,000 subs. A YouTuber pointed out that streaming in 2025 is having a, quote, after the gold rush moment.
And this happens in all industries. It's happening crypto, cars, Airbnb, et cetera, where there is a rush to get into this gold mine of a world. Trust me, I've had people proposition me to come and set up their streams, and I've thrown up like stupid amounts of money in order for them to sign up, and they've literally just said yes. But this stuff that they are doing is not sustainable, and just like every other bubble before it, .com, real estate, whatever the case may be, it will burst.
In November of 2024, Twitch experience was known as the Twitch apocalypse, where multiple advertisers realized just how fruitless it was to advertise on Twitch. According to a marketing expert and someone that's worked in esports and streaming for many years, Devin Nash, Twitch is considered a niche product or experimental budget. Most agencies don't know if Twitch ads work or not, so they assign a small percentage of their budget to see. The rest of
I'd imagine the ads that work the most on Twitch are like fast food and restaurant ads. If you do that, if like a McDonald's or something puts a bunch of money into advertising on Twitch, I bet they get a lot of ROI on that. Because think about the amount of people just sitting there on Twitch watching shit. You feel me? And they start advertising like that, which I know they do, but I'd imagine they're the ones that get the most money.
their budget goes to tried and true market leaders like AdSense and Meta. So the first thing to understand is when a niche ad product underperforms and or has controversy, it's the easiest and fastest to cut. So streaming seems to be a more and more difficult place to build a career, but we are increasingly exposed to viral stories like Streamer University and Streamer Prom, and while these events might have inspired people to start streaming, they are actually a part of the problem. Streaming used to be synonymous with gaming. And a matter of fact, you used to get banned if you weren't gaming on Twitch. But it's now categorized into IRL streaming, where someone is out in real life and
niggas on a
desktop
boat with women dressed up in some type of costumes. Niggas streaming on the water. Bro, that backpack does a lot, bro. That nigga streaming on the water, bro.
real life, and desktop streaming, where someone is in front of a computer. IRL streaming has been around since the early days of the internet, but has only really become mainstream in the 2020s with people like Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, and iShowSpeed popularizing this type of content, with Kai Cenat doing less of in-public things as compared to an iShowSpeed. All of these pioneers have changed streaming forever, but not necessarily for the better. In 2024, you had Kai Cenat streaming with Kevin Hart, Aiden Ross meeting Trump, and iShowSpeed continuing to travel the world. The type of content became more aspirational and more entertaining, but became much more difficult for new streamers to replicate. And this is something that veteran streamer Soluminati decided to speak about in August of this year.
Bro, Twitch is changing. A lot of y'all that's at the top, I say y'all is at the top of the pyramid. Y'all probably don't see what I see. When you tap out and then you get a chance to look at what's taking place, I was one of the ones telling everybody they should start streaming, not necessarily doing IRLs, but just streaming, speaking your voice, just doing what you need to do, you know? I feel like streamers is taking over the world, and it's happening. But one of the things I do see, Twitch is starting to become so overstimulating. These new kids that's coming on there are starting to look at a normal streamer in a different point of that's botted. It's completely different. It's trash.
New streamers in 2025 have a much higher weight of expectations than new streamers in even 2020. IRL streaming is much more expensive than desktop streaming, but IRL streamers are getting the most views.
Twitch, it's becoming harder and harder for to become streamers because all y'all think y'all need to be doing IRLs. Y'all all trying to be like these niggas at the top. You got motherfuckers talking about desktop streaming is dying. How is that even possible? It's not even possible. It's just the you watching. And remember, this ain't got nothing to do with the groups or none of that. You should already know who the I'm talking about. I don't even have to say no names. And to be honest with you, FaZe and AMP and all them, they chilling. They good. These got all the resources. Bro, these elites. Y'all know the elites. I'm talking about y'all new. Y'all are getting caught in a wave y'all gonna die in. This shit that y'all seeing is not sustainable.
And these heightened expectations are even a problem for Soluminati. Having taken a break from streaming, he discovered that Plaqueboy Max had rented an entire mansion to do a love show full of other streamers, which placed an overwhelming weight of expectations on him.
Bro, shout out to Plaqueboy Max. Bro, this returned and did a whole show. How the f am I supposed to compete with these?
And Plaqueboy Max's decision to rent a mansion was actually much less extravagant than what some of his peers got up to in 2025. Kai Cenat took over an entire university, and DDG built his own set from scratch for his show, Are You My Ball? The simple fact is that streaming is...
You know, I think I realized that who this affects a lot, that I really wasn't thinking about, is the bigger people like the Souls and the other people that's like, they so lit, but not really so though. Like, so he don't, and I know he knows this, he ain't gotta worry about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't gotta worry about these because he's so like that's the blessing of just being so authentically you as a person and not kind of bending or folding to certain constructs, like, you know, taking some things and saying, hey, that's dope, but personally I just don't want to do that. I'm gonna just stick to what I'm doing because I like that. That is and if you got a community behind you that will support you through everything, that's a good thing. He doesn't have to do too much adapting. He can just be him because of how OG is. A lot of people don't have that though. You know what I'm saying? The people that are also big in this area, like let's say the midstream people averaging 2 to 5K, 1,000 to 5K. Those people have to like, they got these people over their heads. Kind of like, okay, what else are you gonna be doing? Unless you stay down and say, I'm gonna weather through the storm, whether my viewership drops, whatever XYZ. I know my community is strong. I know they rock with me. I'm just gonna do what I do. You know, and if that's what you do, that's what you do.
Becoming more and more like TV, and as a result is more and more out of reach of the everyday person. And this video from So motivated the streamer and YouTuber Lord Heck to give his thoughts as well.
My life, first of all, in order to do IRL streaming, the bar is set so high, you damn near gotta be doing the iCarly.
I was gonna try to get away with this, but like just move past this, but I have never seen a dental structure like this before. I haven't seen somebody like this in before.
Series. If you guys know what iCarly is, it's basically like a TV web series but recorded as a show. So all the activities and things that you see that be happening on stream, they're not just happening randomly. They're set up, they're orchestrated, they're scripted. It's like acting. It's like low budgeting acting. It's like acting at home. Like if you were to watch F1, the movie, instead of going to the movie theater, Twitch is the new movie theater and the new television, right? For the IRL streaming space. So in order for a newcomer to come in and be able to compete when they don't have a budget and don't have as many like crazy moments as the next guy, it's kind of gonna be like, okay, you're boring.
He also made the point that because short-form content and clipping is so important, streamers are basically fabricating clippable moments instead of streaming in the moment.
So short-form content is necessary, right? But the line that we need to draw is like, people are going to be so desperate to make a clip farm moment that nothing's going to be authentic anymore, right? Everything is just going to look like it's for a clip instead of you being present for the stream, right? And that was the problem that I was running with when I recently started streaming with as well, And even though it's not that much of a problem, like making organic or just streaming without thinking about a moment and just being present in it is like, it's damn near like impossible to do. Because
not really. What the hell? Not really, honestly, because again, this is like the people that yearn to be a big streamer. Maybe this is what they thinking. For me, I want to? Yeah, that'd be dope, and I'm gonna do the things that's necessary. But I'm not that type of guy, though. Like if I'm IRL streaming with my people, I'm having fun with my people. I know I'm on camera. I say certain things I can say, certain things I can't say. I don't say them, but I have fun. Ultimately, how I'm acting in them is how I personally act, and you just gonna let it be. I'm just not the type of person where I'm about to get out of body. I've never been that. When I started doing YouTube, I can't do it, bro. I just can't fabricate it. Because then I got people that actually watch me too, and they're like, "What?" Like that know me in real life. Like, why is he moving like this? Like, that's just never been me to just show out and just start dancing around, jumping up and down and shit. That's just not me. You feel what I'm saying? So.
And we're also seeing something similar that's happened to podcasting, where people from other industries are trying to get involved. India Loved has moved from being an IG model to a streamer. Lil TJ and Nicki Minaj are just some of the rappers looking to break in. The NBA player Kyrie Irving is also trying to make a name in this field, but he has been someone that's been tapped into it for quite a while. And all of these people have much bigger resources and probably much more interesting lives than people starting out.
There's a lot of celebrities that don't need to be streaming, bro. Right? And I feel like IRL streaming, it has turned into one of them spaces where you can just get a quick dollar. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people like Tyler, which is she's an African artist, TYLA, right? You have people like there's some other rappers that's starting to stream now. I forget their name, but it slips my mind. I think it was Lil TJ. He was trying to stream the other day. I'm just like, bro, like some of y'all, no offense, but it's like, bro, all they have to offer is like behind the scenes of what happens at a music video, like flashy going shopping. Like they're not like, they don't have a streamer personality. You get what I'm saying?
So the barrier of becoming a streamer has become so high now that many new streamers might feel like the ladder has been completely pulled up from them. The only hope for them now is that someone like an Aiden Ross or Kai Cenat co-signs them, and they can build a new audience from that endorsement. But the reality is that you don't need to be making money from streaming for it to be a waste of your time. Nightinator is a streamer that could arguably make more money purely focusing on short-form content and being an influencer, but genuinely loves the communal feeling of streaming.
But for me personally, there is nothing like the magic of creating a space that is alive. And
that's real. That is real. People that they're joking with, like, there's nothing that feels like, there's a different feeling from being in the YouTube, chopping it up in the comments, but like the people that pull up, then they start learning how you are. They start, you start cultivating these like group and they rock with you. Like I rock with that the most. And that's the part about me on them days where me not being like the real consistent streamer, because I have some people that rock with me so heavy that I'll pull up and really watch me. Me not being a consistent streamer, that be messing with me sometimes. Just the fact that I got like, just like having friends that you don't call and be like, you tell your friends, hey, I'm about to be here, and you just don't pull up and go. So that part do be messing with me, but then I be having to take a step back. I love y'all, bro, but I got real things. Sometimes I just don't feel it. I want to hang out with my son and my girl. Feel me? I'm gonna go out and do this instead. So y'all be getting pushed on the back burner sometimes, but I do like rock with that super heavy.
Ever evolving on the internet. Somewhere that defies distance. It defies so many different things. It is so magical and incredible, and there is nothing else like it.
And if someone's a college student or someone that's streaming on the side, being able to speak in front of a group of people is a transferable skill in almost every career path. But above all, streaming is a great way to meet and interact with new people. You'll meet people with common interests, but you'll also come across people that you probably wouldn't be exposed to in your everyday life. And if you recall at the start of the video, Ludwig's first viewer was a guy named Oscar. And Oscar is a streamer who, of course, has the dream of becoming a big streamer, but also just finds the joy in streaming on its own.
In general, I'm a competitive gamer. I play a lot of competitive games, and I found that doing it with people watching me is way more fun than doing it by myself. I've been having fun, meeting new people, learning new things. I do reacts, I do just variety content in general. I just love streaming, and I hope to one day be an inspiration and be a very good entertainer.
Yeah, keep dreaming, nigga. You got people like Kai Cenat taking up all the views, man. Keep dreaming, little nigga. No, I'm just playing. That being said, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like the video, so comment on business channel. I lay out, bro. I appreciate